time of the evening. This is the special feature bout of the evening. We have 5 rounds for the vacant WBC International 66.6 kilos A-class Muay Thai title. This contest is sanctioned by the WBC, representative ringside, Martin Horgan. Our sponsor is AJ Downey and Co-Solicitors. Your referee in charge of the action at the bell, Lara Bourne, and your judges ringside, Wayne Sheehan, Matt Simpson, and Paul Kelly. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the officials are ringside and they are ready. The fighters are in the back and they are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to go down. If you are ready to see some action, make some noise. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Singto Gym, Geneva, Switzerland. Please welcome Hakim,
I need all of the best. I'm legendary with my steps, my corners are best. I used to stash cash and forget. Now my account collects all of my checks. I need.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponents. Fighting out of Langka, Belfast. Make some noise for Niall McGreevy.
This is going to be a fantastic match.
Now, something we spoke a little bit in the break, as this bout is being governed by the WBC, you've told me that does change the scoring criteria somewhat.
Yes.
Explain that to me, please.
In the WBC settings, every shot should have an equal score. If it's all considered equal, a heavy punch versus a heavy kick, if both have an effect, both should score equally. However, Muay Thai has to be demonstrated. You cannot box for 5 rounds and even box the person backwards, and if they score with kicks, they're technically showing more Muay Thai. But in summation of the whole fight, a vast array of Thai boxing techniques has to be shown, whereas before you can see a higher score going towards kicking and kneeing. We didn't have elbows, but now we have. So we'll see how this changes the styles of both of these fighters.
And given that both these fighters are so heavily credentialed, so heavily experienced,
yeah,
will we see that almost traditional slow build we see with Muay Thai?
Yeah, well, this is where we see like two fencers. They're using that lead leg to judge distance, to gauge response. And you know, in Thailand they do it as a warm-up. Sometimes they may scratch the first round. Judges don't score it, but they have to score under WBC rules and most other rules. You have to give a score at the end of each round. The judges will hand up a 10-9 must scoring system, 10 being the winner. If you lose the round or you've done more work than the other person receives 9. If you give them a knockdown, they go down to 8. But we can already see McGreevy imposing himself. Still too early to see what way it's going to unfold. But as we've seen McGreevy here the last few times on the Deliverance show, this is what suits him. Aggressively going forward, responding back with sharp shots, great check.
Invested well in the leg kicks very early. Nice teep.
Now this is obviously a home show for McGreevy. He has tremendous support, but he has historically, and his coach Jamie, the promoter and coach, has never picked an easy fight. Anytime we've been here, very, very tough opponents.
Well, look at just how well credentialed Hakim Bai is. A former WBC European champion, a former national champion, a fighter with 31 wins on his record.
Yeah.
This is by no means somebody being brought in to lose.
Absolutely not.
Especially, I wouldn't get sanctioned by the WBC if it weren't a competitive fight.
Absolutely not. There's a lot of boxes that have to be ticked to get this to go ahead. We see a little bit of switching to southpaw. It'll show how comfortable McGreevy feels if he's already switch hitting. We'll get a bit of a intel on the clinch from both fighters. Okay, so we can already see. Yeah, we can see Hakim wanting just to neutralise that clinch. I wouldn't be surprised if McGreevy sets up them long hands and crashes in with an elbow sooner than we think. Usually elbows are kept almost sometimes as a gentleman's agreement for the last couple of rounds, 3, 4 and 5, but We've seen McGreevy before with them hands.
Just does a great job of keeping his opponent just at range with those beautiful
absolutely. There we go, long knee counter. Very nice, long knee again. This is the first time we've seen this long knee being utilised by the taller fighter tonight. Hakim very proficient in a low kick counter. However, he is still on the back foot and not showing that he's dominating on the back foot, which means there's a crash elbow by Hakim early on. Very nice long knee. And again, we see this by McGreevy. It's a fantastic style. Long limbs, spearing the knee in.
And even when they break, McGreevy's not taking any time to kind of reset, recalibrate. No. He's staying on task, which I think is so intelligent.
He seems to lock in, McGreevy seems to lock in to the third gear. He doesn't go 1 to 3 until he decides to go for that big shot. He seems to be able to coast on it with his coach, and maybe looking a bit too deep into that, but we can see McGreevy already out to meet him with about 20 seconds to go.
Nice leg kick to open, but catch and reply. Once again, McGreevy is like the Mike Myers of Muay Thai, just slowly, predatory, stalking his opponent.
Very nice cross by Hakim. Cross, right kick. Again, it seems to be reactionary, which uses up more energy. If Hakim is just going to respond to McGreevy as this goes on, and McGreevy ups the pace that little bit each time, it stands in McGreevy's favour.
Because that's exactly what McGreevy has in his locker, that ability to go from that third gear to fourth to fifth and maintain.
But he operates like you can even see the stuttering movements for Hakim. He doesn't seem unsure when he wants to throw it. There's a little bit of tension still in him, whereas McGreevy is walking. Now you can see him, I kind of feel momentum is building.
Yeah.
Now again, you have to watch out. Hakim, fantastic catch and scoop.
But you don't acquire 31 wins in professional Muay Thai without being dangerous.
Yes.
Just everything McGreevy throws has that little bit more intent behind it.
Yeah. Now he is taking a lot more leg kicks, and we've seen how that played out in the last match. Like you can't afford to be too confident. Like it is a match, this could ramp up. If Hakim feels, a shot at nothing there. If Hakim feels like he's not going to go 5 rounds, he's going to throw his biggest shots on in this round or the next round. So if he feels like that spin elbow was a bit of a shot in the dark, I wouldn't like to see that too often. He was way off on that. He should stick with the leg kicks.
Good work in the clinch being done here by McGreevy. He's got the underhook.
And this is something that Langka are very good at. Jamie Crawford, the coach, is very good at coaching, and McGreevy is obviously, and the team are quite coachable, because we see this, it seems to be a common trait in that team. They can mix it up, stabbing teeps into effective clinch.
Minute left for Niall McGreevy to work. And whilst this is more positive from Hakim Ba, you wonder, is this maybe his last little bit that he has in the tank? Because as you said,
I'm not sure if he has an extra gear. Just McGreevy just can't get caught being complacent. I did like the way McGreevy, is the first time we've seen it tonight, took a back step and cycled around the ring as a strategy. He knows it's a 5-round fight. Most of these things finish, most of these title fights will finish in the later rounds when you get 2 very evenly matched opponents.
Big swing and a miss from Hakim.
Very nice. Great presence of mind by McGreevy to go for the sweep. Miss the sweep and go straight in then for the knee.
Potential for knees in close quarters here. Attempted the sweep. Good balance from Hakim.
Now we can see McGreevy doubling his arms over on top of Hakim. What we might see soon enough is an elbow, pulling that elbow down and giving a cut elbow across the middle.
Hakim Ba looking a little bit sheepish going back to his corner there.
Yeah. Particularly that's Thai boxing. Some say it's to get warm, get you warm, get you into the fight, and others say it's for the betting aspect. When you're in Bangkok, you're in Thailand, allows people to bet on fights, but you see this increase in energy from rounds 1 to 5.
McGreevy again occupying the centre, getting his own shots off, but he has eaten some leg kicks.
Yeah, and as we said, the WBC will score all shots equal if they have effect. In Thailand, rounds 3, 4 and 5, rounds 4 and 5 more significantly will score more. So now you can afford to give up 3 rounds and come back in 2.
Hakim Ba fighting probably the best we've seen so far.
Yeah.
He's able to get a little bit of offense off and keep moving.
I would like to see a downward elbow or a crash elbow from McGreevy just to get a nice cut in and follow through with a knee.
Only really one elbow attempt thrown so far. That was the spinning elbow attempt from Hakim Bout. That was quite a bit off.
Yeah. Hakim's style definitely seems to be a high. There we see a
Nice
put the elbow down.
elbow up.
We do see Hakim's style is a very energetic style. Again, starts off strong but can burn out early if it goes on into the late rounds.
Nice shot over the top from Hakim Bout. Landed right on the eye.
So now we see that's 2 elbows in the space of about 30 seconds. We see Hakim now trying to get a cut. Again, is this a feeling of he has to try finish it early? He does have aggressive hands.
Hakim Bout doing some of his best work so far in the third round.
But we seen that little side glance to his corner. I don't think you should be looking at the corner mid-fight in round 3. Great shot by Hakim, great cross from a flying knee. McGreevy has to keep them hands up.
Unless Hakim Bout was playing a little bit of possum in rounds 1 and 2.
We never know. We never know. We're going to find out. Oh, there's that downward elbow from the knee.
Good, strong positional work here from Niall McGreevy. Eats an elbow though.
Yeah. Is that a bit of swelling on McGreevy's left eye?
I think that came from the overhand about a minute or so ago. It's a really clean shot
There
over
we
the
go.
top.
A little bit of footwork. He's got to watch out for that spin elbow. This could... Hakim might feel that he's getting a little bit more momentum. He seems to be a little bit more confident. He sees something, or he has a feeling that he can be a little bit more successful going forward. Very good, good eyes, good ringmanship by McGreevy, seeing that spin elbow.
Definitely a much more productive round for Hakim Bout. And with 10 seconds to go, you could make an argument that he's winning this round.
He has done a phenomenal effort. Probably Hakim's best round. Great crash by McGreevy. Now we have 2 very different styles. We have Hakim that's quite energetic. Again,
Round 4 of a potential 5 for the WBC International belt at 66.6 kilos.
okay, McGreevy has a little bit of a bounce in the step. Nice score with that body kick. Again, McGreevy throws that sharp shin. He has that 45-degree kick up, which is quite dangerous. Very hard to block against that. He needs to keep his chin down. Hakim's right cross and right hook are quite dangerous.
He needs to protect himself when stepping in for that pop knee.
So we can see McGreevy now doing what his coach asked, walking in with high knees, the pony walk in, that Mayung, and trying to get a teep or a knee off the end of it. He's got to be careful though. If his chin is in the air, Hakim is going to dogfight it out in there with some dirty boxing. That close range. Very nice
short elbow.
Hakim seemed to lose some of that sting out of his shots now. Very nice score by McGreevy, body kick.
So this is where I find the 2-minute break so interesting. You know, when does it get to the point of diminishing returns?
Yeah.
To the point where it could potentially stall your momentum, as opposed to a 1-minute round means you can pretty much get right back to the action.
Well, the same way we've seen you can't recover from heavy leg kicks.
Yeah.
That's diminished returns. You're never coming back from that. Even with 2 minutes break, if you anaerobically push your body to high lactic levels, 2 minutes still isn't long enough. So we can see Hakim's strongest round was his last round. That's a great shot there, but he didn't start with that type of flair and explosiveness. Hakim looked a bit tired. So he's still dangerous because McGreevy's not good. He needs to drop that chin.
A good shot on the forehead, but it's a big jab.
McGreevy seems to be basing his strategy around them knees straight down the middle. He seems to be basing off trying to get that knee, which was obviously successful for him. But I think he needs to add in more of his repertoire of moves. That knee isn't going to win it by itself.
Good shot to the body from McGreevy. Again, much to Hakim Bout's credit, he's staying in this fight, throws a nice uppercut, and he's always throwing back.
Now, in saying that, every round Hakim with this style and game plan is going to lose something that he's not going to get back. There's a level you're not getting back within the next round because the energy he's putting in, like, he doesn't seem comfortable, he's reactive, he's just super fit and responding back to McGreevy. But again, I'm just waiting on McGreevy just to take that up just a little bit.
Nice little shot in the clinch there from Hakim Ba.
Step in, crash would be nice. There we go, try to step in with a cut. That needs to be a little bit snappier to get the cut. Now when I see Hakim jump in with that elbow, that seems like a response because he nearly got caught with an elbow. We don't want to see that type of emotional attacking.
Coming up to the final 10 seconds of round number 4.
Two fighters buying time, two fighters very tired now.
And you feel like it took Hakim Ba 2 rounds to realize he was in a title fight.
Some fighters only come alive when they've actually hit rock bottom, and then some fighters can't hit rock bottom, but they have such a phenomenal pace and they can shot. If you score a shot but you're falling over and going back, they may not see that favourably. And even though McGreevy's been walking forward, sometimes he hasn't been doing the extra work. He just has to make sure he puts it beyond doubt now in the 5th round.
Fifth and final round, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, good play for it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see these men stand toe to toe for the entirety of this 3-minute round. Beautiful work from McGreevy to open up.
Very good long guard, deflecting Hakim's punches. Keep your chin down. Good score. No response from Hakim. This is what the judges are watching for. An even balance. See that? McGreevy didn't get knocked off balance. That scored. If you can defend yourself intelligently, not get knocked off balance, you're in the stronger position. McGreevy still walking forward.
You still feel like that there is a sting in the tail here with Hakim Ba. Still throwing back heavy shots.
Absolutely.
Nice short uppercut as well. He's scoring with the hands very, very cleanly. McGreevy doing a great job in the clinch here.
There we go, great hand position. McGreevy needs to score now, take advantage of this. Again, Hakim is a very physical fighter, phenomenal fitness.
For a man who looked at a deficit after round number 1.
Absolutely, great elbow by Hakim, straight through the middle. I don't know if that cut McGreevy. No.
McGreevy really yet to find space to land these cutting elbows.
He hasn't landed clean on his shots, as we've seen him do before, because he is a Muay Thai for more, a Muay Thai technician.
Midway point of the 5th and final rounds. Partisan crowd here in the Devenish backing their man, Niall McGreevy.
Now this will be interesting, guys. In Thai boxing, knees down the middle would have won McGreevy a lot of fights because it's a high scoring technique, but under WBC rules it'll be interesting to see. Now it doesn't stand in Hakim's favour to fall back against the ropes.
Nice little short elbow there from McGreevy. Again, not landing with the real ferocity that he wants.
A strong eye contact there between Jamie and McGreevy, saying, okay, we need to step it up a gear now.
And as the fight has progressed, Hakim Ba has done a much better job of disrupting the flow of the technician in Niall McGreevy.
Yeah. What we need to see now is if that translates, does that disruption translate into dominating and dictating the match?
Good shot over the top from McGreevy.
Now maybe this is what we need. We need Hakim to come forward so McGreevy can maybe possibly catch on the counter, because he hasn't been as successful with devastating shots as we've seen him before.
10 seconds to go. Lar Byrne forcing the separation.
Great match.
There we have it. How do you begin to break down rounds 3, 4 and 5? That's the difficulty. I'm not going to ask you. I'm just saying that even for somebody as well versed and with such experience as yourself.
I tell you what, the judges would have had to pay attention to every single interaction, every single.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for both of these warriors. What a fight! And after 5 rounds of championship action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge 1 scores the bout 49-48, Judge 2 scores the bout 50-48, and Judge 3 scores the bout 50-47, all in favor of your winner, WBC International 66.6 Muay Thai champion, fighting out of the